Mindfulness brings peace and inner knowledge. These Zen stories will open your mind. Richard Clarke helps you deepen your practice. Watch this video for more. What we're going to talk about today are more from the uh, book Zen Flesh, Zen Bones, a classic book by Paul Reps. And this time I'm going to introduce you to a part of it called the Gateless Gate. And this is an old text where koans were introduced. And these koans are a device that was used in Zen where you are given a question that it's hard for your cognitive, rational mind to be able to grasp. And somehow you dig deeper than this cognitive mind when you're dealing with the koans, and that really is the purpose of the koans. So this is from uh, a book that was compiled by a man named Mumon, who compiled it in uh, the year 1221, 1228. And this is from his introduction to this text. If anyone who bravely goes straight forward ventures into Zen practices, no delusion will disturb him. The Indian and Chinese patriarchs will beg for their lives in his commanding presence. If, however, he hesitates even a moment, he is just a person that watches from a narrow window for a speeding horseman to pass by and misses everything in a wink. The great way has no gate. 1,000 roads enter it. When one passes through this gateless gate, he walks freely between heaven and earth. My comment: with this, Mumon set out a challenge and a great opportunity. Don't hold back, though. Now, these koans were written as cases, like study cases that you might get in college. And so the first case is Nansen's ordinary mind. Joshu asked Nansen, "What is the way?" Nansen answered, "Your ordinary mind. That is the way." Joshu said, "Can it be grasped for study?" Nansen replied, "The more you pursue it, the more does it slip away." Joshu asked once more, "How can you know it is the way?" Nansen responded, "The way does not belong to knowledge, nor does it belong to non-knowledge. Knowledge is illusion. Non-knowledge is beyond discrimination. When you get to this way without doubt, you are free, like the vastness of space, an unfathomable void. So how can you explain it by yes or no?" Upon hearing this, Joshu was awakened. This is Mumon's comment. So each of these cases has the case and then the comment by the compiler. And Mumon said the question Joshu asked Nansen was dissolved by a stroke. After this first enlightening experience, Joshu still must follow his practice 30 more years to exhaust that meaning. In other words, 30 more years to have this experience that is permanent, not something that comes and goes. The problem with any of these kind of experience that come is if it comes, it will go. And finally, what you're looking for is something that is always there. So this discovery, this enlightenment, this self-realization is more like noticing what has always been there than it is some transformation into something that is new. And so if you try to study it, you try to grasp it with your mind. What is being pointed to is something that is entirely experiential. It is something akin to the way that you know that you exist right now in this instant. This is not known with the senses or with thought, but it is known, and known directly, immediately. That is without a mediator, without anything between you and this knowing. It is beyond the duality of subject and object. It is non-dual. That's why there is no yes or no. It is more like yes and no. You are happy always, since there is no separation, nothing to be lost or gained. The next case is Tozan's 3 pounds of flax. A monk asked, "What is the Buddha?" Tozan answered, pointing to what was in his hand, 3 pounds of flax. Mumon's comment, Tozan's Zen is like a clam. When the two halves of the shell open, you can see the whole inside. Now tell me, what is Tozan's real insides? Just 3 pounds of flax pops up. His words are close, and yet his heart is closer. Anyone who explains this or that, yes or no, is himself the man of yes and no. My comment, when there is no separation, then there is no difference either. Then everything is it. The universe, the stars, God, 3 pounds of flax. Each is it. Where else would you find it besides here? You want deeper meditation, more peace, more happiness. Subscribe now to continue to find ways to get more from your meditation.